Welcome to For Collectors.
Yo, what's up, everybody? The For Collectors channel. Got Dylan, I got John. Ready to go? Oh man, I can't see the comments. Can you guys see the comments?
No, but I'm going to start watching on my phone and put my phone up so I can see them if you want them at any time.
We got 3D80s Kid is hosting, he's controlling, so he's going to be posting them up. Good evening, all from Dog Ate My Card.
Yeah, Laura.
We got Laura.
Good
morning.
Good evening. Oh, you can see him. Oh, he's popping them on. Sorry, Caesar.
Come on, guys.
Merry Christmas from P to B. All right, guys. So, what are we talking about today, man? Anybody in the comments, let us know what you want us to cover. This is a show for everybody. Abel from Vegas can see the comments. Hey, Abel from Vegas, have you gone to that Tom Brady store in Las Vegas? Didn't he just open up a card shop there? A vault or whatever? Man, got a lot of people in already. A lot of comments. Evening, everybody.
Evening.
So, you guys heard that Tom Brady opened up another store, right? In Vegas?
I heard something about it.
No idea.
Lou Rock TV is about to go to bed. It's going to work early in the morning. Go me's little boy. Just kidding. My homie. I have not. Oh, it's in a high-class casino. What exactly is a high-class casino?
Okay.
Oh, we lost him.
We lost him. Oh, dude. So I thought we were talking about, I was talking to Caesar earlier this week. He texted me and I was like, yeah, let's go. Let's talk about cards that like hit the spot. So,
okay.
It doesn't have to be nostalgic, but just things that hit the spot. You got anything there for us, John? Because I got some cards.
Yeah, I always have cards laying around.
He's back.
All right. So on the subject, right? Cards that give us feelings. What you got? What you got?
All right, I'll show the first one. I got a card here. So I was on, this is a Howard Johnson 1983 Fleer card.
Oh, Joe.
This is one when I was a kid. When I went to Baseball Cards Plus, the reason I'm sharing this right now is because I was on Instagram this week, which I don't go on very often, but my Surf City cards, it's called Baseball Cards Plus. It's the shop I grew up going to. I could walk there from my house, rollerblade, everything. There was a shot of Ken Golden in this shop this last week, and it just blew my mind. My childhood store right behind my house has never left. It's probably one of the oldest shops in America, and I bought this card as a kid, and I didn't buy tons of singles. I was like the dollar box kid in the vintage world, and this card was like a minty 83 was vintage to me when I was, it was 86, 87 when I probably bought this. And I remember this was $3. I know, and it actually was, John. This was actually a $3 card.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. So, this came from that store, and I still have the card from my childhood. And, I'll never get rid of cards like this. I know I love big cards. Those big cards hit differently, but these old school cards that we've had our whole lives, they do really hit the feels for me every time I share this. And just that post about Ken Golden going in my old childhood store randomly, this little baby store, I went to go look for a few of my cards that I bought from them. So that's my first card.
All right. If anybody watches my channel, they already saw this, but I'm still excited about it. I bought 3 packs of 1989 Fleer, and I pulled the F-Face card.
That's unbelievable.
I know, that means this had to be from a very early box.
Did you
And
did you talk to Brandon about it?
I'm keeping it with the wrapper that I pulled it from. What'd you say?
Did you talk to Brandon about it?
Did I talk to who?
Brandon, the baseball pack.
Oh, he commented. But no, I didn't talk to him about it, but I'll tell you what I did. In case they're hot packs,
Yeah.
I bought 3 more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open them on a video here.
Heck
Probably
yeah.
tomorrow.
Well, I mean, you have a box of those, right?
Or should I open them now and
That's
let's see if I get the Billy Ripken again.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
right.
open
Because
one
it would
now.
have to come from the same box. It was like the first off the line, basically, right? That had the error card.
Yeah, so I went once I got that, and I got a one of the versions of the Randy Johnson rookie card too, with the red. I forget what they call that particular one, but one of the versions with the Marlboro redded out. So I got a variation on that card out of 3 packs. 1 pack had that, and 1 pack had this. So why wouldn't I buy some more? I should have bought more.
Dude, talk about buying packs right now. That's like you absolutely dominated. Guys are buying like modern stuff for like hundreds of dollars. You bought those packs for like $5 each. I think you said $15.
They were $14 for 3.
That's insane. And that Ripken card's actually worth a lot of money now, which is like legit a lot of money.
I can't believe I know they overproduced all those cards, and everybody has boxes and packs laying around, but it's just it's still a little surprising that somebody has one of the first boxes,
Yeah.
that this card would still be in, because I could sit here and buy those packs for weeks on end and not pull this card. I mean, I never pulled it growing up when I was buying packs. Never pulled it.
Me either. Hey, John, have you seen the new? Oh, it's not a new movie. It's like 3 years old. I sent it in a text. You're in. And anyone listening, it's called 8-Bit, and it's got the Doogie Howsers in the movie. This card, although they talk about this card in that movie, and it's about chasing Nintendo. It's an epic movie from the 80s. It's from now, but it takes place in the 80s. And they bring up the F-Face card in that movie. They talk all about it. It's super epic. And the kids in the movie, I don't want to give it away, but it's called 8-Bit. Everybody in here needs to go watch it. There's baseball cards in it. It's all nostalgic.
Well, I'll tell you, I was never really enamored with that card growing up, like when it was out. I wasn't all goo-goo over it. But, it's part of hobby history at this point, and it's just an iconic card. And it was fun to pull it. I couldn't believe it when I opened it and I looked. I couldn't even believe it.
Dude, that's like one of the greatest pulls of your life right there.
Yeah.
I never pulled one as a kid. I never had one as a kid that I can remember until I was.
No. I never did either. I bought one later on. I bought a saw cut. And I know, people say, well, hey, you could just take a saw to it. But I remember those saw cuts from when I was young. And they have nostalgia to me.
And now you have it displayed with the pack that you opened it from. Like, how is that? That's so much better than a PSA 10. That's so much better. It's like, it's pretty baffling. That's incredible. Insane.
Yeah, I have an unopened pack with the Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card showing on the front.
Oh, that's sick.
And to me, I mean, that's better than having any graded one, of course. Most people will crack it out and grade it now, but not me. I'm leaving it unopened. It's a solo pack with him showing.
Dude, our host is Dustin. Caesar!
So for our viewers, Caesar is having some issues. I guess a pole was hit in his area and his internet's coming in and out. So he's probably going to jump on and off. But Dylan and I can handle this. Dylan, what other card do you have?
All right, so the next card, I remember trading for this on the floor in my best friend's house. I have 2 best friends that lived close to me. Give or take, another one would come in the mix every once in a while, but Danny and Dave. And then, so it's the triple Ds, but we never really thought about it that back then, but it's Danny, Dave, and Dylan. and I was on the floor in his living room, and in his house growing up. It's a museum. His parents were full blown collectors, not of baseball cards, but of dolls. And then his dad was a clock collector. So when you spent the night, you'd have like 50 alarms going off, cuckoo clocks, bang it, chirping, those big ones, boom, like massive stuff. And every single wall was covered with display cases of dolls, Barbie dolls, regular dolls, vintage stuff. Like a section that was super creepy of all clowns. Well, we traded baseball cards in his living room. And this was right in the middle of the collection, sitting down. And I remember trading for this 85 Topps Roger Clemens. And I remember when I was a kid, see how it's super beat up? I graded this a 2. I mean, this thing was beat to shreds. And when I was a kid, we took that into consideration. We knew that we wanted sharp corners back then. And it was a struggle for me as a kid to really take in this card, even though it was a monster trade and I had to have that card. I probably traded like 15 like $1 cards for it, or a whole bunch of quarter cards for it, because that's how I always did it with my friends. When we'd add them all up, we literally bring a calculator, put it on the floor right there, add everything up, and we go equal value. But I remember this, we knocked off a bunch of money because it was just beat to shred. So anyone who thinks that collecting condition of cards like makes you less of a collector, or less of like, I've always been about condition of cards since I was a kid. Now the condition of cards have changed for my brain over the years, but I've always been that way, and it doesn't take away from that. For me, this card, I'm glad it's beat up. It tells a story for me now. And I actually had one graded and I sold it because I'm like, why? I don't need 2 Roger Clemens rookies. This is the one that means something. So I love this card so much. That's it, John. Done. You're up.
All right, here is here's a card I always wanted my whole life. The 1933 DeLong Lou Gehrig. And I'll tell you, there wasn't much better feeling I've ever had than the day I got this.
That's insane. That's insane.
Now, I got one of those Burt Randolph sugar books with the reprint, perforated cards. And looking through there were just some that, jumped out to me that I really wanted. This was one, the Pie Trainer from this set, which I got, and the 38 DeLong Joe DiMaggio, which I got, and I know you got one. Those are kind of cards that, just my whole life I just dreamed about having. And it's such an incredible feeling to one day grow up and actually be able to get them.
Yeah, that's pretty special. I hear you there. Like that card and all the other Ruths, and for me, the 4-in-1 Babe Ruth, and the 38 Gowdy Heads Up, Joe D. Those always, like, anytime I looked at those, they were in every magazine I looked at as a kid. I'm jealous of you because you got your hands on those other books that had all those oddball stuff. And so that's probably why I'm not into the oddball stuff, because I still want the stuff that I always saw in magazines, where I never got a hold of one of those magazines that you got a hold of, that you always talk about, that had all the different stuff. I guess it's on me, right? But I was a kid. So a card like that, you just can't go wrong. I mean, it's just, it almost breaks your brain that you own that. Yeah.
You're not a big fan of that set either, right, John?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that set.
All right. I know Blue Jacket doesn't like it.
I love this set. They're standing in a stadium. I mean, it's just awesome.
Yeah, I need a card from that set. It's on my list.
I'm working on the set. I got stifled because all the cards went so much up in value. They just seem a little overpriced for some of the players. I have most of the big stars, but I need Chuck Klein, Charlie Gehringer, and Lefty Gomez.
Some
I
big
think
one.
those are the three big ones I still need. I will complete
Hey, so
this.
Dylan, that's Hojo, right, from the Mets?
Yeah. He's on Detroit.
Man, am I really believing?
He's on Detroit
Yeah.
in this one.
Yeah, man. I used to have one.
We're losing Pepino again.
Dang it. Ah, that sucks. I know Caesar was looking forward to this too. Dang.
Might be time to move to Plan B till he comes back.
Okay. You want to do a grind my gear session?
Let's do it.
All right. Do you want me to?
Okay, so here's the
got one,
situation. Dylan keeps a list of he calls what grinds my gears for future videos, and he keeps a list of it, and he has that list. So we're gonna go through that list and see what grinds Dylan's gears.
Okay, I'll do an easier one, and I know you're gonna appreciate this too.
Okay.
So, you know these top 100 countdowns. I'm having a blast watching them. I absolutely love them. I trust me. I would like to make some sort of countdown. It takes too long. It's too impossible. So Caesar, welcome back. So with those countdowns, the one thing that I've noticed, which blows my mind and like it infuriates me as a collector, it's like it you know, I don't really get mad. Like it infuriates me just like thinking this is the dumbest thing in the whole world type of thing. And here's it is. When the countdowns show a random PSA 10, like 1982 tops Nolan Ryan in a PSA 10, and it's right next to like a Ty Cobb or a Lou Gehrig, my mind just breaks in half. I'm like, this is just so stupid. What has happened? I have that card. It's like $1. Like I could open a pack up like you did, get the ripping. I can get a Nolan Ryan fresh out of the pack for $1, and it makes me like, I'm just going, something isn't right, you know. And not offense to the people sharing those. They've gone up in value. You own the card. It's worth a lot of money. Congratulations. My mind goes straight to like, what is this? What is this magic? This is ridiculously stupid. So that it just makes me mad inside on like a fun level. I was like, what? I'm sure it does for you too.
I've kind of always felt the same way, but they're going by price, and the PSA 10 is that price. I remember watching, and it was like they'd have cards like a 33 Babe Ruth and a T206 Ty Cobb, and then after those would be a Topps Tiffany from the 80s. It wasn't even a rookie card or something, and it just seems out of place. But that's a hobby.
Yeah.
Those are priced higher.
Well, yeah, but a lot of that has to do with the pop reports too, because I mean, who's grading 20th year Nolan Ryan, you know?
Yeah.
Unless you're a food builder or something, but because nobody's grading those and you get a 10, the pop on that is gonna be low. And people are buying the prices are inflated because of the pop, you know? The pop report.
Nobody ever thought to spend money to grade all those cards. You know, people have garage filled with unopened product or sets in binders that are probably, they're not all going to get a 10, but I certainly think there will be a lot more if everybody sent them in for grading.
Well, recently, right? Wasn't there a Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card upper deck that was like a graded a 2 or something, and it went like for more money than a 9?
Yeah. Oh, it happens every day on every card. It's insane.
Because they collect the PSA number rainbow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the funniest thing is you could buy a lesser copy for a few bucks and beat it up a little yourself if you wanted to, rather than paying all that money for it too.
Mangini, when you shared that that you picked up that, or you pulled that Ripken card in a pack, I went on to see what the prices were, because I was like, dude, that's insane. He picked from a junk wax, pulled this card, and I was gonna show you like what they're worth. And a 1 got the same price. It was like $129. I screenshotted it. The same price as an 8.
You're kidding me.
Wait, no. So I'm like, I was gonna tell you, if it doesn't look good, you just poke a pinhole in it like Caesar. You get that one,
Yeah.
and sell it. Like, it's disgusting, but it's crazy. And Brian High Pop Professor did a video the other day, and it's not just the junk wax era. Ken Griffey Jr. 2008, 2007 Topps card in a PSA 10 went for numerous hundreds, maybe even $800. I have a case of unopened rack packs from 2007. You don't think there's a PSA 10 in a 2007 Topps? I bet you there's 3 of them in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Guys will argue like, oh, 84 Topps, you open a pack and they're all off center stuff. Look, but there's cases and cases and cases and cases unopened everywhere. And there's guys that have hundreds of these stacked up in their thing. You can't tell me at least half of those aren't, 8s and above or what. Like, to me, it's just a crazy, it's like playing with fire. Like, if I had those cards, I feel like I'm playing with fire if I owned them. I'd be like, I know George Diamond Yard, our buddy, loves them. He's been claiming on them for a long time. And I mean, like, knows they sell. So yeah, that stuff gets my juices flowing, man.
Yeah, because he knows what he can get for them, what they sell for. I'll tell you, if I was into grading, I'd be really extra excited about this because this thing is beautiful. It's dead nuts centered, perfect right out of a pack.
Hey, Mike Junk Wax Hero sent.
It'll come back as 6.5.
Hey, Junk Wax Hero got a 10 on his. And I sent one in a couple years ago, and it looked like staining. There's like the color fades on the edges on those on the back or on the bottom. There's like staining. It got a 9, and I was like, I had to sell it because it was worth like $129 back then. And I was like, I'm not gonna keep this for 120. So it made me mad because I wanted the card, but I ended up getting another one for free from the same guy for helping him just this last year.
It's odd because right now it seemed like back in the day, collectors, almost every collector was like-minded. You know what I mean? Like everybody kind of had the same feelings, felt the same way about prices of every card and stuff. But now with the PSA grading, there's so many different new people that came in with, either listening to Jeff Wilson, listening to whoever you listen to, and that's what you learn. So
that's what they learn. Yeah.
So there's so many different, ways of that people collect now, different views. Like with me, like I got this, just seen this authentic, the Ted Williams, and it was under $100. And I think it's because it's graded authentic, and not many, grade collectors care for the authentic. But this card raw, I always see it for like $150 raw, and in worse shape.
Right.
Well, man, Genie's
and I think there's a lot of people who like, I don't want an authentic. I gotta have a number,
Well, that's what's taken over. It's all about value. So, I don't know if people have dream cards anymore that don't have to do with the value of them.
No,
it doesn't seem like it.
Hey, I'm gonna open up a package that I got, and this is, I don't normally, I don't try to buy graded cards, but this is graded, and it's a card that I wanted, that I've been trying to pull or wanted to pull, but I'm probably not. So I said I'm just gonna buy it instead of wasting my money on packs trying to pull this one. So I know I'm not gonna try to collect a set, but let's see. Oh yeah, and also because. If you guys know, I try to collect slabs. Like I collect slabs of different companies. I try to have different companies, and I never had a Tag one. And this is from Tag. And man, these things are beautiful.
I always said in the future we're going to be collecting slabs instead of cards, and you're proving me right.
Look at that. It's a Diamante Shohei.
That's sick.
Nice.
And the first time I saw this Diamante, I was like, "Ooh, I want one of those Diamantes!" And came across this guy from Tag.
Wait, what is it? Explain it.
That's what the it's a Diamante foil. That's what that shiny pattern is called.
Well,
but it is beautiful.
You bought it in the right slab to show its beauty, to yourself, to hold it. That thing's clear as
Yeah,
glass.
so many others
Man.
have too much shine.
Yeah,
But here it is, my reveal. Man,
that's it.
man,
That's
that
awesome.
is some nice. It's like that old cracked ice.
Yeah. Very nice. Congrats, Pepino.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Thank you.
As Shoebox Shane would say, that, you know, well, at least he tells me, that's Ohtani's first base card in a Dodgers uniform.
Mm.
I believe. I think there's 2 from that set. Well, I could be wrong, but I think that's it, which is pretty, adds to it too.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, I was gonna say when you show your Howard Johnson, that was one of my great things that I used to like. I used to I always try to get collect the cards of the #1 home run hitter and the guy right behind him who'd be like #1 on many other teams, but he happens to be #2 because he's playing with them. And Howard Johnson was like my guy with Darryl Strawberry. You know, like people that get overshadowed, like Barry Bonds and Matt. You know, you always have that second guy that gets overshadowed. You know, Roger Maris for a while with Mickey Mantle. You know, but 1 year changed. You know, But I've always loved that second guy, but that could be #1 on any team, but he's playing with the #1 guy. You know. And
the only ones that I don't remember getting overshadowed were McGuire and Canseco. They were kind of equals there.
I mean, when I was a kid, when I bought this, he must have been a good player when I bought this card, because I wouldn't have just bought a random card.
No,
but it's a rookie card, and I like.
As a matter of fact, like I only remember him as a Met. I don't think I ever had his rookie card, so I didn't even know he played for another team. I just always had him as a Met in my head, you know.
It's the only card I've ever actually, like bought of Howard Johnson. That's it, one and only.
I collected him back then. He was one of the hot rookies.
Okay.
Yeah, Hojo.
You guys,
Hojo.
The older guys influenced me to buy
guys like that, and Mike Greenwell, and
Burks. You know, you had Walt Weiss. Like the '88 and '89 that was like the first time I ever remember them like really promoting rookies. But I wanted their cards because they were going to be good. I never got their cards thinking like, oh, it's going to be worth a lot of money in the future. I just wanted to get their card because you've seen them so much, and man, it's like, oh, this guy's hot. This is what I was seeing.
I was the same way. I was the exact same way. I call it defensive prospecting. You get it while it's cheap, then you don't have to pay up for it later.
Bystander likes this card. The logo fits perfect. You.
What else, Dylan?
I'm sure that Reggie Jackson. Talk about feelings. This is the first card that I ever had with an autograph, and it was given to me by Reggie Jackson. So I was like, I mean, the other thing is too that whenever I do see this card, it always reminds the first thing I think about was him grabbing my hand and making him touch his stomach. But he gave me this card.
Wait, why did he make you touch his stomach?
He
said that so matter-of-factly.
We were on the set of the bench warmers. We were on the set of the bench warmers. They were filming the bench warmers, and he was he was in the movie. And so him and Adam Sandler and David Spade were coming up in a golf cart, and I was what is it called? Like I was told to I'm gonna be his chauffeur. It's a small part, but I was his chauffeur, so I had to drive him around, go to his star trailer, and then take him to the set. And we saw Adam Sandler and them, and they started talking. He told me to stop, and they were talking. I'm just like there watching them, and I got up after a while, and he was telling Adam Sandler and Rob Reiner, David Spade were like making fun of him because he had a shirt that was really tight, and you didn't see that back then as much. They were making fun. I was like, "What's with a tight shirt?" Like, hey, like turning fruity on me. He was like, "Oh no," he's all. This is my new sponsorship, Under Armour. It's a new company. He's all, and it keeps your body cool because he was wearing long sleeves. He's like, right, you guys think I'm crazy out here in this heat wearing this long sleeve, but it keeps me cool. He's like, touch my stomach. You see how cool it is? And they're like, no, we're not going to do that. So he grabbed my hand, he grabbed my arm, and he put my hand under his shirt. He's tell him how cool it is, right? My stomach's cool, right? And I'm like, yeah. You know, that's what I remember when I see this card. I remember that part of the interaction of him making me touch his stomach.
That's hilarious. I love that. I love Reggie. Reggie's like one of my favorite players of all time. Period.
Mr.
You know, my
October.
mom was Reggie Jackson's daughter's librarian in elementary school, which is pretty cool.
Wow,
That's all I got. That's all I got. I never met him or nothing.
Where did he grow up?
I don't know where he grew up, but California, I know where his daughter went to school.
Well, if she
One
was
of
the
them.
librarian, where was she from?
Where did my mom grow up? In Costa Mesa. I forget what the school's called. Estancia High School. Anyways, California, Southern
Okay.
California. Yeah.
So in my last video, I thought one of the last packages that I got was a super card, and I got a super for dirt cheap, a Reggie Jackson, like a 1970 or 69 top super of Reggie. So
Yeah,
I'm
they made him in
expecting
70 and 71.
Okay, so it's 70. It's a
Is
70.
it the one where is he like holding a bat?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Look at this is one of my my favorite pulls that I just pulled lately too. You know, out of a retail pack, but it's a Reggie. Like the 72 kind of thing on the top.
Yeah,
Sweet, man. So yeah, I got a big box full of Reggie.
You're collecting cards of a guy who stroked his belly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I think Pepino is repressing that memory. I don't think it was his belly.
I'm going to tell you how low he's pushing the room down.
All right, I got a card here that's pretty cool. I think I've shared this before, but it's been going around for whatever reason. There's a lot of holograms I've noticed people been buying, and I actually bought a Marvel hologram because a buddy of mine inspired me, and I've always wanted to buy cards I've collected in the past. I pulled this when I was a kid. This is a minor league upper deck card, 91 or 92. Brian Taylor. Shout out to Keith, Lonely Basement, and Lou Rock shared one the other day, and I still have. I wrote that when I was a kid. Rookie card, and I wrote $10.
You were always obsessed with. You were always obsessed with price.
Always, man. It's always been part of the thing, but it wasn't. It's never what kept me in the hobby. I mean, it probably did keep me in the hobby because I like money. I've always liked learning that, but
You like money?
Yeah, just because I like
Who likes
cards
money?
to be worth money. I like, doesn't mean I'm less of a collector.
You know, I always say when we buy something, it means that we want that more than we want the money.
Yeah, you
Right?
nail it with that.
That's the bottom line. If you buy a Ferrari, you want the Ferrari more than you want the money you spent on it. And so when you buy a baseball card, you want that baseball card more than the money you spent on it.
I'd rather have a baseball card worth the same amount as a Ferrari than a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, anyways. I
So
know you're kind of a card guy.
like all the, like the Denny's cards. Like,
Yeah,
man, when
heck
they were
yeah,
on,
dude. The Mickey
dude,
Mantle.
like the whole set.
I pulled that mantle.
I got the whole set, and look
yeah.
at this one too, like with the bricks.
Oh yeah, those were awesome. I love
Right?
those ones where you have
Right?
the regular card and then the hologram behind it.
Aren't holograms like the coolest thing when they first came out, like this style? Like
I loved them.
these are kabooms. You know what I mean?
I still have all mine I
Yeah.
got at Denny's.
Yeah, Denny's was the best, man. You get the Grand Slam menu, and then you buy the booklet, and you can put them in the booklet, the four bagger booklet. You still got mine.
My favorite Denny's card is the Mike Piazza rookie card. That's a cool one.
It's almost like that brick one, isn't it? It has him not holographic, and then the background is holographic. Is that one? I believe. I think it.
I think it's all holographic.
Yeah.
Because they have
Mike
ones where it's
Piazza.
just like this as well. I don't remember that one.
It's a computer like disc or something. It's supposed to be the first ever virtual, I think. First ever CD-ROM trading card.
Before its
Yeah.
time, right there.
The
I remember when they
future.
came out with
These are
those.
the future of trading cards.
And the phone cards. Remember the phone
Yeah.
card
Yeah,
craze?
Yeah, I do remember
those
that.
Everybody
phone
was
cards
hustling phone cards.
together. There's some vintage like phone cards.
Yeah. Here's a cool card I'll show. Here's a 1962 Bell brand, Maury Wills. And I just love this card.
I'll see you with another Bell brand of Pee Wee Reese. Oh,
Nice. Oh, that's a 59, man. Those are the most scarce. That's
Bell
nice.
brand.
I've never seen one of those in my life. That looks like the Wheaties box, but green borders.
They're sweet. I have a few, and I didn't have one. I think I got my first one at my second national a couple years ago. Now I think I have 3 of them. Yeah, those are tough. Those are tough. I love them. They have a little picture frame around them. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know those.
Yeah, I
Wheaties
got the Roy Campanella this year's national.
They look like
Oh,
those
did you?
Wheaties ones you
Yeah.
collect. Those giant ones. Those giant Wheaties.
Like the actual bunker?
They look like those.
Yeah, only smaller. Yeah,
Yeah.
like this. 1960 post serial Mickey
Yeah,
Mantle.
exactly like that. Show that green one again, Caesar. Yeah, that looks exactly like it. That's sick.
Yeah, just different colors.
I wish those were baseball card size.
But they do look exactly alike except for the colors.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Ah, my voice went out.
Okay, did you guys ever open fun packs? Upper Deck fun packs?
Oh, that's sounding familiar.
It was like 1993, 1994 fun packs. They
Oh,
had
no.
scratch offs. They had
No.
mascot holograms. They had like scratch off game cards where you fold them out. They had holograms like this, sideways ones. Everything, every single card in the pack was like a really cool, just insane card. It's probably my favorite all-time non-top set. When I was a kid, these were everything to me because you could buy an entire box for really cheap. I mean, there was no like mega hits. They're only mega hit, but they were mega hits in the 90s. But this set is my favorite. There were so many insane cards from this set. I have the whole collection up in an album somewhere. They had glow in the dark cards in there. Yeah, that takes me right back to love.
Yeah, I mean, like the Wheaties, not the vintage ones. Well, I guess 90s, but they still came with baseball cards.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you still had baseball cards even in the 90s. It's just, I think these lost its popularity by that time because the shiny cards were coming out and stuff, and people were falling in love with, I don't know, baseball kind of fell apart a little bit in the middle 90s and 90s before the steroids came and rescued it.
Yeah, it's just like you had the Cracker Jack cards came back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame a lot of ballparks got rid of the Cracker Jack.
Yeah, have you?
These
guys
were cool.
taken-
I remember these.
I remember those
even
ones.
though they're not playing days, I always love these things.
My best friend Dave, man, the Triple D's, he had one of those. He had all that stuff. Have you guys taken or heard of the Hobby Spectrum yet? Jeremy Lee's thing.
No.
Okay, so he reached out to me, and I don't know what it is.
It's awesome. I'll
What
tell
is
you what it is. I'll tell you what it is. Okay. If you ever take a survey, like what type of personality test, like a personality test, it's basically that. But what type of collector are you? And
okay.
it's 50 questions. And he spent a long time, like a whole year, dialing all the questions in. I thought like I'd come across some questions that would like stump me or I'd be pulling 2 directions. It was very, very, very fun to do those questions. But anyways, you do it, and it pops out where you go in this category: nostalgic, purist. There's like 8 different categories. I did it, and my score was 13. I'm a purist. And I didn't know where I was gonna end up because I like value of cards, and there's lots of questions. I answered I wasn't trying to.
What do you do with that information?
Nothing. But you look at your friends. Like there's a list of everybody on there, and you kind of that guy makes sense. Yeah, oh yeah, totally. You just kind of get to go. I really want you guys to do it because I really want to know. Like I want to see where you guys. I think you'll be a purist, Mangini.
I have to be honest with you. I'm not doing a 50 question questionnaire for anybody unless I'm getting paid.
It's fun. It's about cards. Each question is really fun. I think you guys are. I had an absolute blast. My wife was trying to talk to me while I was doing it. I was like, no, let me get in this. You get so deep. Caesar, I think you might be the lowest number on there. That's why I really want to see Caesar do it because you're very unique.
I walked with him a couple of the nights that we were at that bar, John, in Chicago. I walked back to my hotel with Jeremy Lee from that bar.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Walking back that night.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And you guys got to do the test. Caesar, you might be the lowest number on there because I know you as a collector. At least I know what I see. And we all love cards, people. You could be a high number and still love cards just as much as a low number. But
were you afraid that you wouldn't get a good score because you sell cards?
No, that's not. No, and that's on there. And I answered it. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
I wasn't.
You can get a good score or a bad score?
No, that's what I mean. I wasn't scared of my score because there is no good or bad. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Unless you're dying to be in this section, like it's like what's that movie Harry Potter? You're trying to be something, you're not. You can't really. I don't know how you'd fool it anyways. Like you don't want to lie in the questions. That's not fun. Dude,
hey, I'm gonna be right back. Okay. I want to grab another drink.
Oh boy, I already made 2. So got to think ahead, Mangini. Yeah, Caesar. I want to see. I really want you to do that. I feel because there's somebody on there, Josh. I think has what they call the lowest score. It doesn't mean anything, but the fact that I think you'll be the lowest score. I think you will. I think the way you collect is unique, and I love it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with any way anyone collects. Be clear.
Yeah, but it is. It is sad. I don't know if it's sad, but if you're right, and what I'm thinking too of why I would score high is because like maybe one of the things is like I do it solely for the cards, no interest in selling, no interest in price, no interest in profit. But at the same time, like I tell people, you don't want to be like me because it takes me $1,000 to complete a modern set, 2025 tops. Takes me $1,000 a product to make a set that's on sale at Target for $50. That's not wise. You got to really love what you're doing, so it's not something that I'm.
That's not going to, I'm just, so that's not going to score you high. There's a question on there similar to what you're talking about, and you can answer it. I think that it doesn't matter where you could be 30 and you could be in love with cards as much as the guy who scored a 1. The lower the number gets you into this purist category, which I think you're in like. You're like
now it's sounding interesting. It's sounding interesting with all these variations you're kind of saying, so it's not as black and white as we think it is.
It's not at all. And when you get your thing, like I was a purist, okay? It came in, I was a purist. I was like, okay, let me read that. You're not allowed to read what they are before you take the test, which is great. You could see this, there's categories you could look at. But when he sends you at the end, I was a purist, there's like a freaking 3-page long thing written all about me and why I scored that number. and it's like those, it's like those personality tests. It really hit me. Really was like, that's me. It nailed it, and I was like, that was insane. And I think the whole thing is fun. I had so much fun. I was hoping there was like 300 questions. I was like, I hope this takes me a week to solve, because it was like I get to answer questions about collecting. I think you guys would really love it.
Number one, I'm self-aware. I know what I am.
All right,
and I don't like to be pigeonholed into one category. And I don't understand what I'm supposed to get from that.
Nothing. You're not. It's not about.
How's that going to help me?
It doesn't.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Nothing has to help you.
I don't think it's what we think it is. Black and white, pigeonhole you. I don't think it's like that anymore. I think it's interesting.
There's guys that have been collecting forever who got like 40s and they're like nostalgic, or they got this. There's no right or wrong way to collect. Like, I don't even look, if you're, I don't know if there's a flipper section, but if there's a flipper section, all power to you. I don't care if you're a flipper. You're in the hobby in my mind. There's different sections. John, Mangini, I want to see you do it. And Caesar, I'm really excited to see your score.
I always wanted to do a video, like kind of describing why there's certain channels I don't watch. But I always wonder, like, is this kind of disrespectful or something? Like, just saying, there's the reason why I don't watch this guy, the reason why I don't watch this guy, or the reason why I don't watch this channel, because none of them are bad. But a lot of channels that when I watch, give them a shot, and their opinion on how they collect or how they collect doesn't align with mine. So I just like, this channel's not for me, and give you the reason why that channel's not for me. You know what I mean? But I always feel like a lot of people can take it the wrong way. But I've always wanted to do that just to show, like, not that I think this person is wrong with the way he collects, but it's not my cup of tea. I don't want to fill my head with, listening, and being like, that's, yeah, and then wanting to say something bad about it or make a bad comment, disagreeing with them all the time. So it's like, I'd just rather not watch it. Nothing against the channel. It's just like our opinions are too different. I want to watch people that are like me, that collect like me, like us,
Totally.
I wish everybody on social media would just move on and watch other things rather than leave nasty comments all the time.
Yeah, exactly. And two, what's the point of just talking crap about other channels all the time,
Oh, that's the new thing. What is up with that? Like, the fastest growing channels just talk about other people. They just talk smack on other channels.
That's the part I do not like about.
Why do people want to watch that stuff?
I like drama, but I don't want drama directed at another human being.
Well, there's drama, and then there's just hate. That's exactly. Like hate.
Yeah,
you're hating on people.
Oh, there's some gnarly ones. I mean, I'm entertained, but it's always gross. It's like.
And by the way, it's not drama. It's called news in our hobby. Like, to me, drama isn't. I don't know. Maybe it's drama, but it's actual real news now. Like, this year is just that's what the news is. So you could call it drama, but it's reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything controversial? Yeah. But are you gonna take? Yeah, I'm interested. I would take that test. Like, what do you got to do for that?
You just gotta go. So you just go on Jeremy's one of his videos. Click the description, and down there somewhere will be Hobby Spectrum link, because I try to Google it. I'm the worst, man. If I forget a password or I forget anything, you don't even have to make a password up. It's like you log in, and you send your email in, and he'll send you a link to take the test at some point. He's slowly bringing it out. Very easy to find, and it's just for fun, and there is no negative consequence about it. There we go. Click on that right there.
Are you a paid spokesperson for this?
Yeah, I'm paid. I'm making all kinds of money from YouTube, bro. Oh, my cards are getting paid. I don't spend money.
What's your cut? Hey, like one thing. A long time ago, just because it just popped into my head right now. I'm not trying to say anything bad. What are your thoughts? Jeremy was like a dealer at or just say this person was a dealer at a card show, and he had a card in there that had the wrong sticker price on it, or not hasn't been updated in a long time, and it was way under the price that it was on there was undervalued. He had to go to the bathroom or something, and he asked some guy, "Hey, can you watch my table?" A person came and bought that card because they saw it for dirt cheap, but it had the wrong price. But the guy, hey, there it is. Like, he doesn't know anything. He's just watching the table, and he sold it way underpriced. And then the guy at the table wanted to let that guy, hey, that card was priced wrong. It wasn't supposed to be that price. Like, it kind of wanted the card back and give you your money back. What do you think is the right call there? That's a tricky one, right?
Well,
Just
whoever it was, if they left the
yeah,
table, if they left the table and they priced their cards and they said, "Hey, will you watch my table?" and you're allowed to sell while I'm in the bathroom, then that's on the dealer who went to the bathroom.
I have to agree. He allowed that man to be an agent of him.
Yeah, right. So, no, I
mean, if I had somebody watch my table, I wouldn't say sell cards.
Yeah,
I just watch it until I get back.
I'll be back. Exactly.
Business-wise, right? Business-wise, that's the correct answer, right?
I think so. Yes.
All the way around.
But the guy has a right to say no, probably in a court of law, But morality-wise, come on, it was a mistake. I think that guy should honor the agreement. Hey, okay, here's your card, or buy it for the right price, But
okay, so if you're the buyer, you bought that. If you're the buyer, you bought that card, and the dealer came chasing me down the hallway, I'm absolutely gonna give the card back and take the money. I would do that. Absolutely. But it's also, if it's still the dealer's fault that it happened to begin with.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't blame the guy, but I don't think it's the right thing. If I'm buying that card and then someone sells it to me and it's not the dealer, and the dealer chases me down, hey, that card's actually $1,000 card and I had $100 on there by mistake. Oh, no worries. Here we go.
Yeah, I would be the same way. I mean, if I was buying if somebody was watching the table and it was $1,000 card and he was selling it to me for $100, I would actually question it, and I would wait for the dealer to come back, because I'm not out there trying to get over on anybody.
No, But right, as a buyer, wouldn't you think, that's got to be fake?
I just think, in a court of law, he wouldn't have to give the card back.
Yeah, he wouldn't.
For sure.
But right? If you respect the hobby, you got.
There's a difference. There's a difference between law and morality, though.
Yeah.
And I'm with Dylan. But I think that would hold up in court.
You know what? I don't remember what the outcome is. So if anybody watching knows what happened, let me know so I can read it. Because I don't remember what happened. If I just remember damn, that sucks. That's a bad situation. But legally, that's what I thought. You fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That
sure.
It's his right to keep it. But that guy, he knew. But that guy, he knew that was dirt cheap. And he didn't question it. Took advantage of it. Morality-wise, hey, me in that situation, I was okay, I thought it was too good to be true.
I would be the exact same way as that.
All right. Anything else, guys? Well, anybody got a yeah, I got a sick card here. Dean's in the chat right now. West, I'm gonna read his channel all the way out. West 238th Street.
Yeah.
Dean, go subscribe to Dean. He's the best, but no one ever knows what his channel name is. For me to find his channel in my subscription list is impossible. So I have to have his notifications on there. Ricky Henderson, this card, I saw this on someone's channel, maybe Brent Richards, maybe Dean's, I don't know, a couple years ago. And in white, when I saw it, I go, yeah, that was a monster card when I was a kid. When you pulled this out of a leaf pack, it was this was the card, the image on it. So I went out and bought one, I don't know, a couple of years ago, and I have it in my One Touch. It's $1. And, It's like the most sickest Ricky Henderson card right there. I
Yeah.
love this card. I love it. Yeah, so that's my it gives me the feels. It gives me the hobby, the joy that I have. Takes me right back to that time.
All right, and I'm gonna have to show my Ricky Henderson now. Just, I don't know where it's at. Let me look real quick. Should be right. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
So show them.
Nice. The last true rookie card.
It all downhill after that.
Yeah.
Well, remember, I got this card dirt cheap. And this was before YouTube, and I was on Instagram and I posted it on Instagram. And that was one of the times that I decided, okay, I'm gonna get off Instagram. Starting to hate it because I posted that Ricky Henderson. It was an 8, and I got it for dirt cheap, like $40 or whatever, something like that. I got it cheap, and everybody roasted me like, "Who posted an 8?" Like that's a low grade. Like people
Are you serious?
All kinds of people are commenting. That's not even a $50 card. Like. You should only post 10s, or expensive 9s.
Welcome to the new hobby. And the thing is it might be a 10 on another day.
Yeah, you never know. Slip that.
You never know, man. Flip of a coin these days.
Yeah, I remember I made a short video on Instagram a long time ago.
That makes me hate the hobby, by the way. That's just like.
That's not the hobby.
Yeah, it's not the
hobby. I always say I love the hobby. I hate the industry.
Yeah, because I made a video, like a short video, a long time ago. How to get a PSA 10, guaranteed. And so, I was like, oh, I got the card ready for submission, and then I slipped some money inside there. I said, that's how you get a guaranteed 10. You know how many people? Same thing. So many people commented on that video.
Idea.
That's not true. PSA is like, this and that. Like everybody was defending PSA. Like that's horrible. Like they wouldn't do that. Like, come on.
PSA, you can't talk about PSA. They're a cult. They have cult members.
The thing is, in reality, you're not talking about PSA as a company. Like they allow you to do that. You just turn that into the whatever grader gets your car, and he sees $50, $100, he's gonna give you that 10. That's all I was saying. It's not like it's a company policy that, hey, give us $100 and we'll give you a 10.
Or he's going to take the money and send you a 6.
Yeah.
You're not going to know who he is because you're not allowed to know who the graders are.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's one of the greatest mysteries. Who grades your cards? No one knows.
All right.
It's easier to catch a sighting of Bigfoot.
There it is. Should we now all take our shirts off now?
That was a sweet ass man. Cool right there.
That was sick.
Dylan, do you have another grind my gears?
Yeah, I got another grind my gears. All right, this is a good one.
Let's hear it.
Ah, man. Okay, so this grinds the heck out of my gears, man. It makes me, when I say I get angry, I don't really get angry. I truly just don't get angry. That I like. It's very rare. I get passionate. Okay. If the 4 is priced at a 6 price, why not just buy a 6? I just want to because if you bought a 6 that was dead centered, that would be the price of an 8. You can't just say that. Yeah. You can't just blatantly. If you say I'm buying, let me just put this into perspective for everybody. I'm hunting perfectly centered, beautiful PSA 4s. Not 4s that look like 10s or look like 8s. Just beautiful 4s. I don't care the technical thing. It's beautiful 4s. People will be like, you're paying a premium. Yeah, I'm paying a premium. Maybe I'm paying a 6 price. They'll be like, why are you paying a 6 price? Why don't you just buy a 6? Because if I'm going to buy a 6 that's off-centered, sure, I can pay a 6 price. I can buy an ugly 6, in quotes. I can buy an ugly 6 for the same price as my beautiful-looking 4. Okay? I'll give you that. I'll give that to them. But if you're going to find a perfectly dead-centered 6, that dead-centered, epic-looking 6, is going to be looking like an 8 or 9. That's going to sell for 7, 8, or 9 prices. So the whole thing is broken by that alone. That is the argument that just, it's just like, what are you talking about? You're just brainwashed that these comps actually matter in these certain grades. This is insane. If you're buying blind, then that makes sense. Okay, there's my rant for that.
I agree with you 100%, but you're not understanding that people collect numbers now.
Yeah.
They don't collect cards anymore. They collect numbers.
Yeah.
The card inside doesn't matter. I mean, it does to us.
I mean,
I pay up for better looking lower grades.
I went through that with the 53 Topps Mickey Mantle that I bought. I was not in the market to buy it. It was I mean, at the time it was like $900 in a PSA 3, and I had no thoughts of buying one. But I was at a table and I saw a raw one, and the guy was selling it for the price of like $1,500, saying like this would grade a 4 or 5, you know.
Yeah.
And I was looking at it, and it was like not that great shape. Then I went to another table, and this lady had it for $900, and you know, it looked better than that other card. So I just asked her, "Hey, I want to see it closer," because all I was doing was trying to compare the raw one and the one that was graded. So the one that was graded was like $900, or I think 1,000. But the guy selling the raw one wanted to sell for $1,500, saying it would grade a 4 or 5. And then I saw this one. This was a 3. I said, this 3 looks better than that card. So I said, okay, I'm cool. And I wanted to double check, went back to the other table, looked at that card, looked at it really good. And he still wanted $1,500 for it. Went to the other table, and I told her the story. I was like, yeah, I was just trying to compare it with this other card because he's trying to sell one for $1,500. I said, this one looks better. And she said, like, well, I'll give it to you for $900. And I was like, oh, I wasn't really thinking of buying it. And so I said, give me layaway. She said, yes. But anyways, ended up buying that card just because of that little interaction I was having. And definitely, like, it seemed like a bargain to me at that time because the raw one was $1,500 and it was worse.
Yeah. I have here a Leaf Ted Williams. It's like one of the nicest ones I've ever seen.
It's insane.
Nice
that color
centered. Just, you know.
That red is like red.
So it has a 3 on it. And I mean, no matter what number you want to put on there, I'm not going to like it any better.
No,
there's no way you could show me a Leaf card that I would like better. I don't think. Because, I mean, I don't care. I don't care if it's a 10. I don't care if it's absolutely. This card is absolutely gorgeous. Dead nut centered.
So let's just say, John, let's just do hypothetical here.
But this is worth, to me, a price of a 5 that doesn't look as good.
Exactly.
Absolutely, all day long.
And then if somebody's going to be like, well, why not just buy a 5? Well, because the 5s that are going to be priced at that, which just say $5,000, you buy that at a 5, it's $5,000. You're going to get an ugly 5, or maybe not an ugly 5. That's the wrong word. You're not going to get a 5 that looks as perfect as that. That to me is what they were shooting for. That is a masterpiece of a card. You're going to get a 5 that ain't a good looking 5.
Yeah, so, I mean, you take my Gowdy. You could find 5s of these that are completely off center. Like he's over here, but it has a 5 on it. And am I going to like that more? No. And it's probably thousands more than this card. And this one's dead nuts centered and beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm not even
I don't think people look at cards anymore. They don't. I don't know if they don't look at them. Or...
That's what new collectors are trained to do. They go by the number.
The number, the comps.
You think eye appeal is stupid because they don't know.
And let's face facts. These comps. Let me say this. These comps are all bull. They're all bull because how many thousands of cards sell at the National, and tens of thousands of cards sell at the National, every card show, every card shop. None of those are factored into the comps. None of them. right?
Comps
And when
are
you go to the
suck it, man.
national or your card shop or a card show, 99% of the time you're not paying the asking, you're not paying the comp price. And none of those get factored in to the comps. So you don't even know what the comps are. All you know are what the online auction prices
Yeah.
are. And those are
There's so
jacked
many
up
people right
because
now that don't
flippers are
know.
going to the card shop and they're going to the card show
Yeah.
and they're wheeling and dealing, and then they come back and sell them online. And the last sucker in the mix is the one the comp is based on.
Yeah.
Right? And you have to sell it for more because you have fees and all kind of things.
Yeah.
And
Well,
you got to make your money. So
I've always
comps
said,
are kind of
yeah.
bogus.
Well,
Agree.
yeah, that's what I
I
said.
agree.
One thing I kind of try to compare it to, I don't know if it's true or not, but let's say people that go buy a car, all right? You go buy a 2025 Jeep, something, whatever. 20 people go, at different times to go try to buy that car. More than likely, all those 20 people got a different quote. And some
Yeah.
people had to pay more for it. So do you go by the comp, by the person who paid the most for it? Or is it still the retail price,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
So
we see guys getting super deals. How about Greg's red tie cob?
Yeah, insane.
Yeah.
That's not added into the comps.
Yeah.
Those kinds of deals. I got all kind of good deals at the National. None of those are added into the comps.
Yeah.
There are a lot of cards at trade hands, at trade shows, card shows, and at card shops these days. And
Yeah.
even Facebook groups. You buy a card on Facebook group, that's not in the comp.
Yeah.
So it's just the auction houses. And like I said, the auction houses, that's where you're going to pay the most amount of money for a card.
Yeah. Where you got wars going on, bidding wars.
Right. There's no doubt about it. That's where you're going to pay the most amount of money.
For like 97% of your cards you guys pick up, do either of you actually look at comps?
No, I don't.
I don't know.
Me either. 97% of the cards, even big cards, I just go, this is what I'm watching a big card right now. I know what I already have, and I want to get a nicer looking version, and I have a number in my head. I have card letter. I'm not even looking up what it's worth because I just don't even, it's what I'm willing to pay. I don't understand the whole comps thing unless it's a base card and there's thousands of them and this is it. And then you're just stuck in that price for so long? I don't know.
When I'm shopping for a card, I'm looking at what people want for cards, what they're going for.
You learn
and
it.
I get an idea,
Yep.
And I pick out the best one that speaks to me, the one that, appeals to me. And I have an idea what I want to pay. And if it's a really nice card and I really want it and it's a little higher than some of the other ones, then I'll pay a little higher. It's just what I'm comfortable paying. So I get an idea, basically, but I don't know. I never look up a comp. I don't even have a place to go to look up a comp. And if it's a rare card, then these comps are out the window. If it's a card that comes up, you don't see one for 3 years, then what good's a comp? Because if I don't buy it now, I may never buy one. I may never see another one. Yeah. So it's what you're comfortable paying.
Yeah, exactly. It's more emotional for me, like what that card is worth to me every time I go to a card. So sometimes I might see a card that in my head I say, okay, that's a $30 card. That's what I would pay for that. And if something happens, I end up paying $35 for it. In my head, I'm thinking, oh, I overpaid for this, but I don't care. But I didn't check the comp. So in reality, that card could be a $70 card, could be a $100 card. And I think I'm overpaying and I'm not, because I don't know.
I've definitely overpaid and I've definitely gotten phenomenal deals. It
all equals out.
It all equals out, right? But I can tell you this, and I can tell you this, comps are what the last sucker in the mix paid after that card's been flipped a few times. That's what the last sucker pays. So I don't know if you should always be paying comps.
The last sucker on top always loses, so you don't want to be the last sucker on top.
You know it.
I mean, that's how I look at it too. And anyone who's talking about this stuff is in the card, so we know our prices. Like, I love that some people sit on there and they'll be like, "Okay, I'm only hunting PSA 7s in 1970, And then they'll probably write down, okay, PSA 7, 1972 tops, Hank Aaron, goes for $120 to $170. They won't go over that for their life. Like, that's it. That's their cutoff. To me, I'm just like, who cares? I go, oh, I'll see a 71 tops, and I'll be like, yeah, I think it's probably, I'll buy that for $52.
Well, we're certain
I lose it.
You know, we're certainly not in this business we're certainly not in this hobby because we don't want to spend money on carts. I mean, you got to spend, these days, if you want a nice card, man, you got to pay some money. So if you're in this hobby and you want to have some nice cards, you can't, I don't know, for me, I can't be, trying to get every single card bottom basement prices, or I wouldn't have any cards.
Yeah.
Put up Dan's comment again. To play the devil's advocate right here. Give a response to that, because I got a good response for that.
What's it say?
It says, if you don't, you can't read. If you don't check comps, you're denying yourself a piece of data. It's one piece of the puzzle to determine the right price.
Yeah, and I'm not telling anybody not to check them. I'm just saying I don't check them.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said I can't be a role model in this hobby because what I do is stupid. I
don't care what anybody else does. I'm just sharing what I do.
My hobby.
I think all three of us feel that same way, but to be the devil's advocate directly at this comment, data can suck it. To me, data has always been like, data is what you want it to be. You could read
he makes a good point, and it's a good idea to do that.
If you
especially if you don't know cards or you don't know prices.
If you're not in the hobby,
is the key phrase right
now. But I know, like, if I'm shopping for a 33 DeLong, Chuck Klein or whatever, I know what they've been asking for those things and what I have to pay to get one. I know that. I don't need to look up comps.
Yeah. With me, I'm not going to lie and say that I never know the price of things, but I'm not lying when I say I don't look them up. Okay. I could make a video saying, hey, I got this car. I don't even want to know the price of it, but I got it for this much, whatever. Someone's always going to DM me. Someone's always going to send me a text. Hey, that card is worth this much. Always. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So I not directly, find out the price of things, but I don't look them up. But somebody always wants to tell you. There's always people that want to tell you if you got a good deal or not. Always.
Well, it's just an obsession right now with the hobby. It's just an obsession, numbers and values.
Dan, you could stamp that, guaranteed. Data can suck it. Double D approved. I get data. I'm not like saying don't do your research on things, but we're collectors in a hobby we've been doing for a long time. I'm coming from my perspective. I'm not coming from a guy who just started yesterday or is buying a card for their husband or their wife. I'm coming from my perspective. I'm giving you my perspective. I don't need comps, even if I've never seen the card in my entire life. If I had no comp system, I'm just gonna buy what I think it's worth. It's just I don't need it all. And the data to me is all fouled up. Like I see the data, people share and I watch it and I enjoy it. It goes into my brain. So maybe secretly I'm using it in a way. Of course I am. I'm memorizing things. It goes naturally, but I don't give any credence to it. It's not like stocks are a different beast. You can do things how you wanted. You can trade stocks in 12 different ways. It's baseball cards you could collect in 100 different ways. And data for some people is the Bible. And for some people like me, it's just enjoyment when people go through the data, but I don't care.
It just boils down to personal preference, what you want to do. It's good advice for any newer collectors or people that don't have any idea. They should definitely look into something. They should, they shouldn't just blindly pay for a card.
Great.
I agree. It's good advice. And we're not. I don't think we're professing to anybody else to do what we do. We're just sharing what we do.
We're not paying blindly just because we don't pay to have a subscription and look up a price, or we're looking at prices all the time. I'm at enough LCSs. I'm at enough card shows where I see these cards, at so many tables and what they are selling them for. So to me, I average them out in my head. Like I organically know the market at card shows. And at card shows, And on eBay, like what I see other people talk about is like there's a different price range, you know, for the same
Yeah.
stuff, you know, at a car show and on eBay. So, but to
Well,
me, the places that I know, I'm not going blindly. I see all the you when
Right.
you go to a bunch of card shows, you go to a bunch of LCS, you see the same card here and there, and to me, okay, that's what it's going for, you know.
Well, that's that's an acumen. Like we have acumen because we shop so much for cards and we've seen so many cards.
Mm.
And I don't know, you're shopping for a 1986 Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Fleer, and I've seen those and I know what they sell for, you know. And
Yeah, exactly.
so if I see one and say, "Oh wow, there's a 7 for $70," I'm just gonna jump on it, you know. I mean, I don't know. Like maybe I'm overpaying, maybe I'm not, but I know the ones that I see sell for more than that.
Yeah,
And so be it. Like, am I going to lose sleep because I paid $10 too much? And did I? I don't know.
yeah.
You know,
Because listen to
I mean,
me,
it's one thing to get completely ripped off and taken advantage of, but that's not what we're talking about here. It's like if I have a card that sells for around $1,800, and it's an exceptional copy, and I pay 2,000. You know, am I losing sleep over that? No, I'm not.
yeah,
I mean,
neither am I.
let me make
Yeah,
this clear. Like, I want to make it clear real fast that when I'm talking about things, because I know I've offended people, and I've said things that, you know, other people shouldn't follow. Like you said, Caesar, you know, we could be dumb, but we're not dumb. We just I'm talking about things that for me, how I do things, and that's the whole point of why I got on YouTube. It wasn't to bow down and to be the most polite human being and talk about what is correct, how everyone else should do it. No, I want to give my opinions about how I have been doing it and how I do it now. I used to do the comp thing. I did it for ages. I bought sevens. I'd look up what a 7 price, and I'd try and find the cheapest 7 I could find that looked decent. I'd buy the thing. Or I buy a 7 on the pit for decades, sight unseen. 7 this goes for. I buy 12 of them, put them in, and bring them home. I've changed over time. I've moved away from that. I've been there. I've done that. And it's not to say I'm smarter or less smart or anything. And I don't want to put anyone down. And like the PSA 10 thing, people who own those, and you know, these are all my opinions, and I'm not trying to talk directly to anyone, Dan or anyone else. When I respond to those questions, I'm just telling you how I feel, man.
Well, I think
why I got in here.
I think, Dylan, we all share, you know, what we do. That's all we're doing. We're not telling anybody else what to do.
Exactly. I'm not trying to be an influencer. I'm not trying to influence you to collect like me. I don't want you to collect like me, you know? I just want you to collect the way you want to collect, you know? I'm
Yeah,
not
because
trying
I mean,
to
things that we find silly or
I'm not
like we
trying
would
to
never do, other people, that's the only thing that they would do. And I have to say that when we're talking about comps, you know, most of that is people that are, I think, but maybe not most, but that's a very big concern if you're selling cards or flipping cards. Of course,
Yeah.
you're going to be looking at the comps
For sure.
because you're going to turn around and sell that card. Where you and I, it's going into our collection.
Yeah, you're not blindly selling; you're blindly buying.
Right.
Or I'm blindly
And
buying.
we're not missing out on
blindly
anything.
sell a card. I'm not gonna put a card up on not look up comp. So Dan, we're good. You put a comment up there, Dan. So I'm replying to that. And I see your other comment, dude. I totally get it. I'm just not here to protect everybody. I'm here to protect only myself. And I'm not here to help anyone else. I'm here to help myself and tell you guys about how I not even help myself, just tell you guys how I do things.
You know, but when people on here talk about how they are how they do things or how they view things, I don't know about you, but I've oftentimes changed my perspective based on the way they do it, because it gives me some new insight. And so it is useful information to have 100 different YouTubers telling you how they do it. You know what I mean? That's not useless. That doesn't mean they're telling you what to do or how to do anything. They're telling you what how they do it. And you could take it or leave it. Like that, you could take that information, Maybe you find it useful. Maybe you
That
don't.
was,
And that's
yeah.
up to you.
If anybody still reads the descriptions anymore, you know how like you can see a person's click on their channel, you can
Yeah.
see their profile or whatever, and you like. I remember that was one of the main things is like I just want to show off my collection was something I always used to see when YouTube was newer. You know, like I'm just here to share my collection. I just want to
Yeah.
show you what I have, kind of thing. You know,
Yeah.
that was the main focus now, and now it's changed. A lot of people don't show cards; it's just talking.
Hey, let's get that one guy out of here. Yeah, good job, John. Way to look up the background. That was ridiculous.
What happened?
I didn't
Just
see it.
some just nonsense. Nothing shouldn't be in here. Jeez.
Did it have to do with cards?
It did not have to do with cards or people with tacos on their heads or anything fun.
There's some guy goes around and he makes a comment about some investment person who changed his life and made him $100,000 last month, and then he immediately from another account will comment and say, "Please give me more information." And I'm like, "Why are you on these live streams for sports cards?"
Yeah.
It's just all these. The whole thing's bots. Everybody's trying to sell you something today. Am I wrong? You got to be careful who you listen to. You have to be careful who you listen to.
Trying to sell you guys on how to build the greatest collection in the world. Can you just see my cards? I have the best collection in the world. You guys are all blowing it. I have the best collection. You guys, your collection's all just like,
We all have the best collection in the world because your collection should be the best to you.
Agreed.
I have cards nobody else would want. And I see cards all the time that people are excited about, and I go, and I have no interest in them. And that's just the nature of the beast. We're not all going to want the same cards.
Dude, Chris Missouri just popped in, and he his first line, collect what you like.
Exactly.
It's his line. Yeah,
you know, it's so silly to me that we even have to say that, though. Like, that's where the hobby has come. That you need reinforcement that it's okay to collect what you like. Like that just blows my mind. That's like when they came out with ethics classes in college. I couldn't believe that people needed to be taught ethics. Like that's where society went to.
Yeah, right. When you think about it.
Hey Caesar, when are you gonna sell that Otani gold to 50 you have?
Oh man, I've gotten a lot of offers for it, man. A lot of offers.
Make sure you don't sell that thing privately, and you like that's like one that you need to. That's like a Ken Golden almost card. Yeah. That's a big card. It's a big card.
Yeah.
What is it, Pepino?
It's that Otani rookie card, gold refractor, wave refractor, numbered out of 50.
No, it's not the wave. I thought it was the regular gold.
Oh, I don't know. I thought, okay, yeah, gold refractor.
It's true gold. There's a big difference.
Oh, wow.
True gold to 50 refractor.
Did you pull that from a pack?
Yeah, I pulled that from a pack in 2018. I did it on, live too. But it was so long ago. It wasn't like at that. What I do remember at the time, like in LA, I don't know if it was just the algorithm around here, but when he signed with the Angels, all kinds of stuff was started coming out like on Instagram or whatever, saying like, oh, a lot of the scouts said he wasn't that good, that he can't hit the curveball. Like he was getting bad reviews, like that first year when the season
those scouts were morons.
Yeah. So
they should find another occupation.
It wasn't that big of a deal back then. I mean, it was a big deal, like, hey, he's gonna be good, but it wasn't like it is now where people just go nuts and like go, whatever. He was on
60 Minutes before he was in the majors, and that's when I learned about him, like 2 years prior to him making the majors. So when he came up, it was massive deal. And then when he got hurt, but yeah, so that card, John nailed it 3D, and I was thinking the exact same thing. That's your path to your 52 mantle. I think that thing will be
in the future.
Could be worth.
When somebody offered me the very first offer that I got like years ago was $500, and at the time I really could have used that money. It was a lot of money for me, and I could have used it, and I rejected it. And then the second offer I got was like $2,000, like a couple years later. And at the National, I got offered like $4,000, And then recently on a Facebook group, I got offered $7,000 for it, you know? And no, I'm not selling it. Like,
it's worth more than $7,000 in its current state. And just to pretend it got graded the coveted PSA 10, you're talking big money. And not only that another topic that can grind my gear is everybody thinks modern cards are so complicated. That's a Topps base card. That's a Topps card. There's two rookie cards of Ohtani that you really want. It's the two Topps cards. That's pretty much it. And you have one in the chrome gold refractor. So it isn't that difficult.
But a little thing that a couple of guys have told me, a couple of guys that made me like good offers, like good money for them, told me, oh, they know for sure they can make sure it gets a 10. You know what I mean? Like cleaning it up. Like they, you know,
isn't that disturbing?
Yeah, that sounds.
No,
that don't
it's
sound
not
right.
bad, but they can guarantee that it'll get a 10. You know?
No, for you that's great, but it's pretty disturbing if somebody can guarantee that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, that like John said, that's your ticket to your all-time favorite baseball card.
Yeah, but it could be worth more in the future, and you could not. I don't know. You know?
Totally. Never know. I think it's got a solid floor. At least.
Now I'm not selling. I'm not like not selling it because I don't need the money. It could come in handy. I need a new roof on my house. You know, it could really come in handy. But I'm still at I haven't sold the card yet, and for whatever stupid reason, I just want to keep that going. I mean, that's not going to be forever. Eventually, I'm going to start selling off all my cards when I'm old and retired. You know, but as of now, I just haven't. You know. It's not.
I'll bet you don't sell off all your cards when you're old and retired.
Yeah, no chance.
What the hell else you gonna do in retirement?
Yeah, we'll see. I've just always been like, you know, a thing. Probably not gonna sell them all. I mean, who wants all these?
Maybe when you get way up in years,
88 tops and 89 tops. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go eat. I hear my wife already. Woo-hoo. So, man, thanks. This was good. You got anything else you want to bring up real quick that we can talk about, or?
I mean, I could go into my books, but if you got to go, it's all good. We're done.
Yeah. All right.
Dylan, those were great. They were great.
Yeah.
You got me cracking up.
We got to get on your show and tackle all these beef you got. What grinds your gears.
Yeah.
That was fun.
We should do a whole episode of that.
I got them, man. I add them to them anytime. Like in the jungle working, I'm on a podcast and I hear somebody say something and I'm just like, what? Or I hear whatever it is, I'll stop everything. Take my glove off, put it in my thing. I got like 12 or 13 of them racked up right now. And there's some good ones in there, some juicy ones. So yeah. Thanks, Caesar, for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Well, thanks for joining, guys. This was a great talk. Definitely we'll do it again. It's always the same crowd. All right. So I don't know. John, we out.
Love my hobby. Keep collecting baseball cards.
But hey, we want to keep the lights on here at Four Collectors Studios, so hit the like button for us, guys.
So thanks everybody for coming, and we'll see you next time on Four Collectors.
All right, guys, have a great rest of your night. Subscribe to the Four Collectors channel if you haven't done so yet, and we'll see you soon.
All right, guys. Clemente Collector has said we hit a grand slam, so that makes me feel good.